Hi, it's Peg. And yesterday on Art Joy of Sharing, which is my sister channel I share with Chelsea, where we do a live show each Thursday, 10:30 Central Time, we were talking about moods and things that you can create with imagery. And it was kind of a face-off challenge where we were doing people with faces and people without faces. I was talking about P. Buckley Moss. Let me see if I can pull up some of her work here. Um, she is an Iowa artist that I'm familiar with, just because she is an Iowa artist. But um, if you go to P. Buckley Moss and her website, you'll see that a lot of her imagery are these Amish people, and many of them do have faces, but some of them do not. I was trying to find one that maybe didn't. Let's see, artworks. Um, hmm, oh, those have faces. Okay, so anyway, there are many artists out there that do faceless works. It's an expression. You're supposed to get the feeling from the artwork, not necessarily from the expression in the face. So many times we look at people and we misinterpret what we see on their faces. I know a lot of times people have told me that I look mad. Well, I've got an old face. My face is sagging. So my face doesn't look the same as a younger face just because it's aging. And so, my children or grandchildren may think that, I'm angry with them when I'm not at all. It's just that as I age, my face changes. So, what I was going to do was I was going to revisit some of what we were doing yesterday. I've just got a journal out here I'm playing with right now as I talk. And so, yesterday, this was the page that I was creating in the live show. And mine had an actual face to it. Wasn't real happy with it, but it's an hour and a half show, and you get what you get. But right now, on a lot of social media, you're going to see a lot of face work because, what is it, 29 Faces, which I think originally started in February. That's where the 29 came from. Has been doing it twice a year now, and so I've seen a lot of faces on Instagram. I think you can probably just do the hashtag 29 faces and come up with a lot of face imagery. But in the show yesterday, I was showing you how to create these different images using stamps and just cutting pieces out of paper that you have. So I kind of wanted to revisit that today. I've got a page like this, but I also like this. I think maybe I should add some line work in on this. Where's my pen? Just gonna grab a Sharpie. But oh, my Sharpie's not very sharp. And I'm just kind of putting some line work in here. This is kind of a no-brainer. I'm just adding the dark element with the black pen on an already printed page. And I'm not being too careful about following lines. It's just that it's the same thing with the imagery. It's just the feeling that you get with this. You know, I should add something on this. This paper came from this sheet that I had gel printed for Stencil Girl. Let me grab a stamp and I'll be right back. So I grabbed a couple older Delusion stamp sets. And this is Colorbox Crafters Pigment Ink. I don't think you can get this anymore. There probably are pigment inks, but I think Colorbox went out of business or somebody else bought them. Not sure exactly what happened there. But I'm just going to add a few of these ribbons in this orange tone here. And this is going to take time to dry, so you do need to heat set it, because pigment inks typically are wet inks. So anytime you have a chalk ink or a pigment ink, just know it's going to take some time to dry. Now you could put some embossing powder on this, and that would, set. I'm not going to emboss this because I really don't want a raised surface. I just want it to dry. I'm going to dry this down. And you can tell, because when it's wet, it's shiny, and when it dries, it gets more of a matte chalk finish. So you know when it's done drying. Okay, so next I want to, well, I need to take my rag and clean that ink off of there. This is an older Delusion set of borders that I've had for years and years. I don't know if it gives a, yeah, this is DYR 34575 Ranger. But I also want to stamp another old border, which is this one right here. I've got a couple of different sets in here. These have those snarky kind of words and things in here too. So, okay, so, and one of the things you're going to see coming up next month is a real fun challenge for you guys. So be sure and watch Art Joy Sharing next month. So I'm going to use this yellow and stamp this image. On this already colored paper. And that's going to give me some definition about where I want to go. Now yellow typically does not show up real well. And as you can see, it is not, because yellow is a translucent color. So maybe I need to go back to that orange. Let me grab the orange. Yep. Pink would have been good here too. So I'm just going to overstamp that. Doesn't matter. See if I get a better image. Yep, I do. So once again, I have to dry. And I'm just going to take my scissors and cut a piece of that. If you don't have stamps, you can make your own borders. These are not hard to do. You can just draw an image. But I want to pull, where's my image? I lost my girl. Here we go. I want to pull some of this up here. And I can do that just by gluing this down. On the edge of my page. And I think I'm going to come back with a Posca to emphasize that a bit more. So it really did not, it's a dark color that I'm going over, and it's hard to get the brights to show up on top of the dark. Can't do anything straight today. So I will also put my faceless person down. Looks like her shirt collar here is peeling a little bit too. So I better put that down. Okay, so I've got that. And I want to add some Posca. I can find a bright something here. I think that yellow might be bright enough. Let's see. Yeah. it up a lot. We'll add some to our ribbon. Our streamers. And honestly, I think I'm going to go around the image here and get a water brush and work that paint out a little bit for a shadow. Oh, wrong cap. There we go. Liking that. Just pulling some of that yellow into these squares. Add a little bit of that. And then, of course, we need to dry again. So let me clean my paint out of my water brush. Get my heat tool. Okay, and now, because there is no face to this person, you don't really know what she's thinking or saying or doing. So now I can come back with some thoughts or quotes. And I've got a couple here. On tissue. I gotta figure out where I want these to go. Yeah, I think I like that. Don't know if I can feather this out anymore or not. Just get some, do I have any matte medium out here? Yeah. Got some matte medium. Deco Art. Oh. And a cheap brush. There's a glue brush. So I'm just going to put some matte medium down. I think that's too long. It says change is to give up what we are to become what we could be. And then this one I need to trim a bit because it also is too big. I'm going to put that down here. And it says, accept who you are and revel in it. So once again, I'm going to need to dry that. Get that gel medium off my brush before I drop it in the water. Yep, that feels pretty dry. I'm just highlighting these letters a little bit with a white pen. Those W's didn't turn out real good. I need to take my black pen and hit them. Okay. Not sure if I stamped this or if it was something that came this way. Dina Wakley has some tissues that have quotes on them. I suspect it was that way, but they didn't print real good, so I think I need to hit that with a black so it stands out a little bit more. What did I do with that micron? Oh, that one's too big. That's better. Because the W is not legible. And then I messed it up even more. What we This must be the W itself is not a good W. Don't know. Put a collar on this dress here. A little scribbling. Make it your own. Make it something other than a stamped image, okay? And let's see how orange this is. Not real sure. Yeah, that's pretty orange. I think I'll edge with this tiger lily. And we will call that a faceless page. Okay. Thanks for joining me. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing, hitting the bell for notifications so that you do know when my new content comes out. And I thank you for being with me today. And I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.